Hello, welcome to the Daily Forex Report for September 7th. We are looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This pair closed down, created an inside bar. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 78.04, possibly as low as 76.70. Look for some resistance around 77.75 and look for some support around 76.95. Now the Euro-USD pair, this pair created an inside bar as well. We are looking for this pair to potentially go as high as 142.24, possibly as low as 138.96. Look for some resistance around 141.50 and look for some support around 139.65. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair created almost an inside bar, didn't quite get there, did break the low, did close up. We are looking for it to continue its move to the downside, however possibly going as high as 161.03, possibly as low as 158.42. Look for some resistance around 160.50 and look for some support around 159.15. Now the US Swiss, this pair closed down. It did create an inside bar, but just by a little bit. We are looking for this trend to the upside to continue, possibly going up and hitting resistance around 0.8650, possibly moving down and hitting support around 1.8250. Now, as far as news announcements go, we have the quite a few news announcements during tomorrow. We have the gross domestic product estimates for August for the pound being released. No time given on that. No consensus either. Previous was 0.7%. We also have the pound releasing their Bank of England asset purchase targets for September at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that one is that it's going to hold at 200 billion. Also have the rate decision tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus is they're going to hold rates at 0.50%. At 7:45, we have the European Central Bank releasing their rate decision. Looks like they're going to hold rates at 1.50%. Then a little bit later in the day, we have at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the gross domestic product annualized for the Japanese yen. That's showing a decrease from negative 1.3% to negative 2.0%. They're also showing gross domestic product for the second quarter that it has dropped as well from negative 0.3% to negative 0.3%. So definitely keep an eye on that. At 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the Chinese Consumer Price Index for August being released. Consensus on that is that it's dropped from 6.5% to 6.2%. All right, what am I looking for during this next session as far as a trade goes? Well, if you take a look at the Japanese yen, the US Japanese yen did create an inside bar. I'm looking actually for a break to the downside. I know it's moved higher so far during this new session. However, I am looking for it to move lower. Basically to grab a quick scalp out of the market of about 10 pips. Actually, this should be just a hair lower, about there. Looking to grab about 12 to 13 pips off of this move. So hopefully it'll come on down and do that. Now, the Euro-USD, it created an inside bar as well, but I don't see it breaking it to the upside or the downside during this next session. Pound broke to the downside just by a little bit. I do anticipate a further move to the downside if it continues, if this new session continues to the downside. So look for a break below this past session's low. Now the US Swiss, I do believe we are going to see a retracement, this retracement continue to the upside. We are getting a little bit closer to the 200-day moving average. It's still a little bit out. You can see here currently at the open of this new session, we're about 280 pips away. Once we get a break above that, I do anticipate the US Swiss moving higher from there. Well, that about wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.